Hello and welcome again to the Bench Report, where we discuss recent debates and briefings from the benches of the UK Parliament. A new topic every episode. You're listening to Amy and Ivan.
So today we're looking at an issue from a recent debate that just feels completely wrong for the 21st century. The inequality of access to fresh, nutritious food.
It was shocking, really. We're talking about a situation that affects, I think, 1.2 million people across the UK.
Oh.
These so-called food deserts.
And we want to explore the reality of what that means for people and what solutions were actually brought to the table in Parliament.
Exactly, to get beyond the statistics.
So let's start with a case study that came up again and again, a place called Castlemilk in Glasgow South. It's a community of about 15,000 people.
And the nearest full-service supermarket is 3 miles away.
Now, 3 miles might not sound like a huge distance, but if you don't have a car, it's a massive barrier.
There's no train link. The buses, they're not always reliable.
When a cost is well, it's staggering. We heard it's about a £6 return fare on the bus or a £20 round trip in a taxi.
20 pounds. Just think about that. For many families, that is literally the choice between buying some apples and bananas or putting the heating on.
And while fresh food is so hard to get, the alternatives are everywhere.
You mean the highly processed stuff?
Precisely. You've got an Iceland, a B&M, countless off-licenses selling frozen pizza and vodka. There's no lack of food, just a lack of any real choice.
And that lack of choice has devastating consequences, doesn't it? It's all there in the health data.
Absolutely. Adults in the poorest areas eat almost 40% less fruit and veg. And you see childhood obesity rates. They're double in the most deprived areas compared to the least.
In Castlemilk specifically, the life expectancy is 8 years lower than the national average.
8 years. It's a direct link.
And then there's the pressure from advertising. I was struck by one comparison made in the debate.
The one about Kit Kat.
That's the one. The annual advertising budget for just that one brand is more than the entire UK government budget for promoting healthy eating.
Which is why the debate had to move beyond, simply relying on charity. Community gardens and food banks are lifelines, but they aren't the solution.
So what are the actual policy proposals, the systemic actions?
Well, there's a focus on strengthening schemes like Healthy Start, which gives families money for fresh food, and enforcing much more ambitious food standards in schools. The big idea, though, is a levy on unhealthy foods.
But that has to be done carefully, doesn't it?
It does. It has to be paired with subsidies that actively reduce the price of healthy food so that the nutritious choice becomes the genuinely affordable choice.
It's clear that communities aren't just waiting for Westminster, though. We heard about some fascinating local models.
Things like Cooperation Town. These are hyper-local food co-ops where members can save up to 40% on their groceries.
And some really creative interim ideas. That mobile greengrocer in Liverpool, the Queen of Greens.
Yes, designed to literally drive into these areas while residents are still campaigning for a proper supermarket. A stopgap.
Which brings us to the core of this. The community in Castlemilk. They took their campaign for a supermarket to the UN in Geneva.
To the UN. Because this isn't about planning permission, it's about dignity. About a fundamental human right to nutritious food.
So that leaves you with a final thought. While communities fight on an international stage for a permanent solution and governments develop these long-term policies, what's our moral responsibility for the here and now? Who should be funding that mobile greengrocer to make sure that children growing up there today can get the food they need? As always, find us on social media at Bench Report UK. Get in touch with any topic important to you. Remember, politics is everyone's business. Take care.
Hello there, this is Tom, the producer of The Bench Report. Listener suggestions are vital to my mission of making politics more accessible and accountable. So, if you have an issue that's really important to you, personally or professionally, and want to know what those in power are doing about it, please get in touch via email or via our socials at Bench Report UK. I'll grab another coffee and start scanning those parliamentary archives.